Chapter 1: A Shattered Beginning. Annie's world collapsed overnight. That evening, as usual, she finished her work and walked into the restaurant they had agreed to meet at, full of anticipation. The date for her wedding to her fiancé Jack had been set, just 2 months away. In Annie's heart, Jack was not only her lover but also her partner in business. The tech company they founded together was in the midst of rapid development. But when she pushed open the door of the private room, the scene before her struck her heart like a hammer blow. Jack and her most trusted assistant, Lily, were sitting there, hand in hand, their eyes interlocked with emotions they could not hide. Upon seeing Annie, their expressions shifted from shock to apology, but more than that, there was a sense of relief. "Annie, Jack stood up, his words seeming to stumble in his mouth, never quite making it out. Annie felt as though her heart was soaked in ice-cold water. She didn't cry, nor did she make a scene. She just stood there quietly, as if everything was irrelevant to her. She didn't need Jack's explanations or Lily's apologies. What she needed was time to accept this sudden betrayal. After that night, Annie's world was utterly changed. She found herself not only losing her fiancé but also the company she had worked so hard to build. Jack and Lily had used her trust to sign a series of contracts beneficial to themselves behind her back, pushing Annie out of the company's decision-making process. Facing this series of blows, Annie felt an unprecedented level of despair and loneliness. She began to question her value and her trust in humanity. However, at this lowest point, a strength rose from deep within Annie. She refused to let everything end like this. She was determined to fight for her future, to prove that no matter the betrayal and challenges, she could rise again. Deciding to start her life from the ground up, Annie began her path of revenge. She knew it would be a road full of challenges, but she was ready. She wanted Jack and Lily to know that the real Annie was someone they had never truly understood. Chapter 2: Returning to the Battlefield. Annie's heart was filled with complex emotions, but the strongest among them was her determination for the future. She knew that to truly stand up again, she needed to redefine herself and her life. She decided to start with her career, the area she was most skilled at and loved the most. Every morning, Annie would stand in front of the mirror and tell herself, "This is a new beginning." She began to appear frequently at various tech and entrepreneurship forums, actively learning about the latest market trends and technological advancements. She knew that to re-establish herself in this rapidly changing industry, she needed to keep her knowledge and skills at the forefront. During this process, Annie started to plan her revenge. She chose not to confront Jack and Lily directly, but decided to prove her worth through her own success. She believed the best revenge was to live better than they did. Through relentless effort, Annie gradually established her reputation within the industry. She started participating in more projects and even secured several consulting jobs for small businesses. Every successful collaboration reinforced her belief that her decision was correct. During this process, Annie reconnected with an old friend, Li Jia. Li Jia was a college classmate of hers and one of the few people in the industry she trusted. Li Jia deeply sympathized with Annie's plight, not only offering her a lot of help in the workplace, but also becoming a strong support on her path of revenge. As time went on, Annie's career gradually got back on track. She was no longer the girl who had been defeated by betrayal and failure, but a woman who reshaped herself in adversity, earning respect through her abilities and wisdom. She started to realize that all her efforts were not just for revenge, but for her future and happiness. In returning to the battlefield, Annie gradually regained her confidence and courage. She knew the road was long, and many challenges lay ahead, but she was prepared. No matter what difficulties she faced, she was ready to move forward. Chapter 3: New Allies. As Annie's career began to get back on track, she started to realize the limitations of going it alone. At a chance tech forum, she met several like-minded individuals, each with unique talents in technology, marketing, and design. After deep discussions, they decided to form a small team to develop an innovative cybersecurity project. Alan, the technical brain of the team, had years of research experience in cybersecurity and had independently defended against numerous large-scale network attacks. Sophie, skilled in marketing, had a keen insight into market trends. She had successfully planned marketing campaigns for several well-known brands, knowing how to break through in a highly competitive market. Carlos, a talented designer, could precisely capture the user's psychology with his designs, creating both beautiful and practical product interfaces. These individuals, along with Annie's project management and business planning skills, formed a powerful team. They worked intensively, seizing every opportunity to advance the project. In this process, they not only learned from each other and grew together, but also deepened their trust and friendship through challenges. Meanwhile, through an introduction by Li Jia, Annie met Zhang Wei, a seasoned investor in the industry. Zhang Wei was very interested in Annie's project, providing not only financial support but also valuable industry guidance and resource connections. Zhang Wei's involvement injected new vitality into the project's development. The formation of this team gave Annie an unprecedented sense of strength. She began to realize that her efforts were not just for revenge, but for a more brilliant future. Her vision broadened beyond personal gains and losses, harboring dreams of success with her team. With the support of her new allies, Annie's project achieved initial success. Their cybersecurity product caused a sensation in the industry, attracting attention and cooperation intentions from numerous businesses. This success was not only a technological breakthrough but also a reflection of Annie's personal growth and change in mindset. Over time, this small team gradually grew into a new star in the industry. Their success story became an inspiration to many. For Annie, this was not just a victory in her career but a process of standing up from failure, proving herself through her efforts and the strength of her team. Chapter 4: Light in the Darkness. As the project began to achieve preliminary success, Annie and her team faced an increasing number of challenges. The competition in the market intensified, and a series of unforeseen problems emerged one after another. Sometimes success seemed within reach, but the next moment, it felt as though it was being pulled away by invisible hands. Under such high-pressure conditions, Annie began to feel exhausted and even started to doubt her original intentions. It was during this time that Annie encountered Chen Kai, a gentle and elegant psychologist. By chance, Annie attended a stress management seminar hosted by Chen Kai. His words were like a warm light, shining into the corners of Annie's heart that had long been closed. After the seminar ended, Annie mustered the courage to consult with Chen Kai about her own confusion and stress for the first time. Chen Kai's appearance was like a light in the darkness for Annie. He not only helped Annie learn to deal with stress and challenges in a healthier way, but also encouraged her to re-examine her life and values. Chen Kai taught Annie that even in the most difficult times, it was important to maintain a love for life and hope for the future. With Chen Kai's encouragement and support, Annie's mindset began to change. She no longer focused all her energy on revenge, but started to pay more attention to her own inner growth and the collective growth of her team. She realized that true success was not just about achievements in her career, but more importantly, about maintaining one's true self throughout the process and having a warm heart. Over time, the relationship between Annie and Chen Kai deepened. They went from friends to confidants, with Annie able to shed all her pretenses and show her true self in front of Chen Kai. His presence not only brought new hope and direction to Annie's life, but also gradually became an indispensable part of her heart. In this new relationship, Annie learned forgiveness and letting go. She began to release past grudges and anger, approaching life with a more open and tolerant heart. She realized that everyone is struggling for their dreams and life, and true courage is finding light amidst the challenges and moving forward. Annie's story thus added a touch of warmth and hope. She was no longer the girl fighting solely for revenge, but had become a woman who found light in the darkness and courageously moved forward. Chapter 5: Turning the Tide. Over time, with the positive influence of Chen Kai, not only did Annie and her team experience a positive change in mindset, but their project also began to see a turning point. After a series of optimizations and tests, their cybersecurity product caught the attention of a large corporation, which decided to adopt their solution to enhance its network security level. This collaboration not only brought significant income to Annie's team but, more importantly, their technology received wide recognition in the industry. marking a significant victory and encouragement for them. Furthermore, through continuous effort and showcasing her professional capabilities, Annie successfully attracted the attention of more investors. With the help of Zhang Wei, they secured a new round of investment, providing ample resources for the project's research and development and marketing. Annie and her team used these resources to rapidly expand their business scope and began to venture into international markets. Meanwhile, Jack and Lily's company faced a series of challenges. Their poor management, coupled with a disregard for market changes and customer needs, led to a significant decline in the company's performance. They attempted to salvage the situation, but it was too late. Ultimately, they had no choice but to sell the company to a competitor at a price lower than market value. Annie did not feel joy at Jack and Lily's misfortune, but instead felt a measure of sympathy. She realized that revenge was never what she truly sought. Instead of focusing her time and energy on the failures of others, she chose to concentrate on her own growth and success. Through this experience, Annie completely let go of past resentments, and her mindset became more mature and peaceful. Just as Annie and her team were reaching new heights in their careers, they also began to consider how to give back to society. They used their technological advantages to provide free cybersecurity services to some nonprofit organizations, helping them fend off network attacks and protect their data security. Annie believed that true success was not only reflected in personal achievements, but more importantly, in being able to help more people and make society a better place. Chapter 5 not only witnesses the commercial success of Annie and her team, but also showcases Annie's growth as a leader and her redefinition of success and revenge. She learned to let go of the past and focus on the future, proving everything through her success. The process brought not only wealth and fame to her and her team, but also growth and satisfaction to their souls. Chapter 6 Unveiling the Truth. At the height of Annie's career, an unexpected event once again brought her to a crossroads of decision. By chance, Annie uncovered more secrets behind Jack and Lily. Turns out, their quick acquisition of the company's control wasn't entirely due to their own capabilities but involved underhanded tactics, including stealing commercial secrets from competitors and even harming former allies. This discovery shocked Annie and also gave her a new understanding of the past. She realized that the love and partnership she once firmly believed in were founded on lies from the beginning. Annie faced a difficult choice: to expose Jack and Lily's crimes and make them pay for their actions, or to move forward and not let this past affect her future. After deep discussions with Chen Kai and her team members, Annie decided to disclose this information to legal authorities and provided ample evidence. She made this choice not based on a desire for revenge, but from a belief in justice and a hope for a clean, competitive future. Annie knew that true strength came from inner integrity and contributing to society, not from temporarily suppressing others. As the investigation deepened, Jack and Lily's unlawful actions were gradually brought to light. They not only lost their business credibility, but also faced severe legal sanctions. This incident caused a significant stir in the industry, reminding people once again of the importance of integrity and ethics in business competition. Through this event, Annie not only positioned her team on the moral high ground, but also contributed to the healthy development of the entire industry. More importantly, her actions showcased the responsibility and mission of being an entrepreneur. During the process of unveiling the truth, Annie also experienced inner struggle and pain. However, through this experience, her vision broadened, and her spirit became stronger. She understood more clearly that challenges and difficulties are inevitable in life, but as long as one sticks to their beliefs and confronts problems in the right way, they will eventually find their path to light. Chapter 7 Challenges and Opportunities. After a series of challenges and setbacks, Annie's company finally stabilized and began to encounter new opportunities for development. Just as everything seemed to be moving in a positive direction, a new challenge emerged. A new type of cybersecurity threat appeared on the market, its complexity and stealth far surpassing previous threats, putting unprecedented pressure on Annie's team. This new challenge tested not only the team's technical strength, but also their ability to handle crises. Annie knew this was not just a technical issue, but a significant problem concerning the company's future. If mishandled, all their previous efforts could be in vain. To address this challenge, Annie decided to adjust the company's research and development direction, dedicating more resources to studying this new type of cybersecurity threat. She and her team worked overtime, constantly testing and improving their solutions. Simultaneously, Annie actively sought collaboration with other companies and research institutions, hoping to find a solution to this problem more quickly through joint efforts. After months of hard work, Annie's team finally made a breakthrough. They not only successfully developed a security product capable of effectively defending against this new type of threat, but also received widespread recognition in the industry. This success not only strengthened the company's market position, but also brought more cooperation opportunities and possibilities for business expansion. At the same time, Annie's leadership and crisis management capabilities were highly praised by her peers and the media. She was invited to various forums and seminars to share her experiences and insights. Through these activities, Annie further expanded her influence and won more respect and trust for her company. Though the challenge was daunting, it ultimately turned into an opportunity. Through their efforts, Annie and her team not only overcame the difficulties but also surpassed themselves, paving a new path for the company's development. More importantly, this process greatly strengthened the team's cohesion and fighting spirit, reinforcing their belief that united, no challenge is insurmountable. Chapter 8: The Cost of Revenge. As Annie's company's standing in the market became increasingly solid, she found herself with more time to reflect on the journey she had embarked upon. Success and recognition brought her satisfaction, yet in the quiet moments of the night, her heart was filled with complex emotions. She began to realize that revenge provided her not just with the joy of victory but also with deep loneliness and an indescribable emptiness. Annie recalled her initial motivations, anger at betrayal and a desire for justice. However, as time passed, these emotions were gradually replaced by her passion for her career and the pursuit of success. Now, standing at a new peak in her professional life, she found she had unknowingly lost her direction. By chance, Annie encountered Jack. In the moment of confrontation, the fire of anger in her heart extinguished, replaced by a faint sorrow. Jack expressed his sincere apologies, admitting his past mistakes and telling Annie that his and Lily's company had gone bankrupt, and he was re-evaluating the meaning of life. This chance meeting made Annie deeply feel the cost of revenge. It might bring temporary satisfaction, but in the long run, it leads one down a path further from peace. True liberation doesn't come from the failure of others, but from releasing one's own heart. After profound reflection, Annie began to try letting go of the past. She realized what she truly wanted was reconciliation and peace, not endless confrontation. She started spending more time with family and friends, enjoying the simple joys of life. At the same time, she promoted a healthier, more positive corporate culture within her company, encouraging team members to pursue personal growth and happiness beyond just professional success. Annie's transformation gradually affected those around her. Her relationship with Chin Kai deepened, and together, they participated in many charitable projects, helping those in need. Annie discovered that helping others brought her a new sense of fulfillment, far deeper than the transient thrill of revenge. Chapter 9: Forgiveness and Release. After experiencing complex emotions, Annie's inner world finally reached a new equilibrium. She began to understand more profoundly that the essence of life is not about constant struggle and victory, but about reconciling with oneself and living in harmony with the world. Annie actively sought reconciliation with Jack and Lily, believing that forgiving others was also a way of freeing herself. She first extended an olive branch to Jack and Lily, proposing a peaceful coexistence. She recognized that everyone makes mistakes, but everyone also deserves the chance to correct them. This gesture surprised Jack and Lily, but also deeply moved them. They began to reflect on their behavior and expressed their deep apologies to Annie. Years of misunderstandings and conflicts between the three were finally resolved, and they decided to put the past grievances aside and work towards a more positive future together. Under Annie's leadership, her company also began to engage in more social responsibility projects, committed to using technology to address social issues. Annie believed that a company's success is not just reflected on the balance sheet, but more importantly, in making a positive contribution to society. These projects not only helped those in need but also made the company's employees feel the significance and value of their work, enhancing team cohesion and a sense of mission. Furthermore, Annie cherished her relationship with Chin Kai even more, their bond deepening through shared challenges. Together, they participated in volunteer activities, sharing life's moments, and the support and understanding between them became a major pillar of Annie's inner strength. Annie also began to pay more attention to personal spiritual growth, using her free time to study psychology and philosophy. This learning not only enriched her inner world but also made her more composed in managing interpersonal relationships and company affairs. She realized that true strength comes from inner peace and wisdom, not external achievements and recognition. Chapter 10: A Sweet Future. Annie's journey reached a new milestone. After countless challenges and reflections, she achieved tremendous success in her career and found genuine peace and fulfillment in her personal growth and inner exploration. Annie now understood more clearly that the essence of life lies in pursuing harmony within oneself and balance with the external world. With Chin Kai by her side, Annie began planning their future. They decided to establish a foundation focused on public welfare projects in education and technology, hoping to use their knowledge and resources to help more people achieve their dreams, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds. Annie believed education is the most powerful tool for changing one's destiny, hoping the foundation's work would sow seeds of love and hope in more people's hearts. Simultaneously, Annie paid more attention to the quality of life for her and her team members. She introduced more employee benefits and encouraged team members to pursue personal interests and development outside of work, ensuring everyone could maintain their passion for work while enjoying a rich and balanced life. Annie's company gradually became a sought-after workplace, her leadership style and corporate culture widely praised within the industry. In her personal life, Annie and Chin Kai's relationship grew stronger. Their life was filled with love, understanding, and support. Annie found that every day spent with Chin Kai was the most precious moment of her life. She finally understood that true happiness doesn't come from external success and recognition, but from sharing every moment of life with loved ones. At the story's end, Annie stood in front of her office window, gazing at the distant horizon. Her heart was full of gratitude and hope. Grateful for all the experiences life had given her, whether joy or challenges, they had made her the more complete and happy person she is now. Looking forward to the future, she was filled with hope and expectation, knowing that as long as there is love and dreams in her heart, the future will undoubtedly be sweet and bright.